Howdy, Wesley. Well, we got something to play with today. It's another 1948 Willys Jeep, kind of like that one. Just this one is in slightly better shape, or, well, a lot better shape. Got it from a fella down the road in Fuquay for $1,500. And it's in decent shape. The engine, the guy said, needs valve work. He's got the head off of it right now. Well, I guess he doesn't have the head off right now. I do. But it's been off for a while. And he said it was losing power. It's just started losing power. And he had a mechanic come and look at it and said it probably needed valve work. Because when we look at the valves, they're pretty well burnt. They're just nasty. And well, it's just something to play with. He was driving it every day for about 10 years till it screwed up. And then he just stopped driving it and bought him a Wrangler. Why he wanted to do that, I don't know. But he rigged up this bar on the back of it here. It's like a spare tire swing, even though the spare tire is supposed to be on the right hand side, right there. The bracket's been removed, but it's supposed to sit on the side, but now it sits on the back like a military Jeep, which is kind of different. It's got front and rear winches, even though they're just trailer winches, but it doesn't matter. Better than nothing. So I can stick this in here and look. As you can see, there's a nice hole in the back of the top here. There's all kinds of pieces. Top's breaking. And bed sheet, I guess. But we'll open the door here. But yeah, I like the fabric top. It uses the original, well, not the original top bows, but it uses old style top bows. I doubt they're original. They might be, I don't know. I never look much at the tops on these things, but it's got both seats where the other one's got a John boat seat. Here's the carburetor in the bucket, because it was removed when they took the head off. There's the head and the intake and exhaust manifolds over here. And of course you can see it's got the gauges in it. It's been converted to 12 volts, which is okay by me. I'd rather have it 6 volt just for originality. And he's put turn signals on it. So it's got dual rear tail lights where the original, well, when it was original it only had one. It's got a new gas tank and cap. When he bought it, he said it was green and they had numbers painted on it. So basically somebody took a CJ-2A and turned it into an MB. He's put electric wiper on this side. He says he's got another one at his house. He just couldn't find it. But he said he'd give it to me sometime. And there's Wesley again. Say something. Nope. I reckon we can lift up the hood. I see he's got block covers on there, which is kind of neat. But yeah, he's had the engine covered with a sheet because it's been in pieces. And I haven't really taken the sheet off. So I've looked at it, I mean, but never like hard. Which is probably not a good thing, but looks like he's got a spacer on the alternator, which should be fun to mess with. Still got the oil tube like it should. His canister here is odd. I guess it's because it's all taken apart with the head going off of it. That's what it usually mounts to. Said to replace the starter, but it looks like that starter's been in the dust for a while. He's got a full bath cleaner for it in the back of the Jeep. And of course there's the front winch, which looks to me like a starter motor just put on a gear drive, which is probably exactly what it is. But if we look at the engine here, you can see the valves are matte black. And the pistons are okay. They've got some carbon on them. It's been built up. That looks like that one's got oil caked in it. What do you think, Wesley? If you look in this number 3 cylinder there, it looks like it's got oil on top of the cylinder. It's been there. I wonder if he's broken a ring. He said it didn't smoke, but I don't usually trust previous owners when they're talking about something they're selling. I see he's marked the distributor with label gun so you know which spark plug wire goes where, which is kind of nice because the spark plugs are off of it because they're laid in the back of it with the head. Looks like all the studs are there for the intake and exhaust, and it's actually got the exhaust on it. There's the oil line, well, where the oil line's supposed to go. Said to replace the fuel pump. Of course, it's been so dusty it's hard to tell. And to tell you the truth, this thing right here, I don't know what it is. I guess it's a fuse panel.
For the winches?
Maybe. Think so?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll be finding that out sometime. It was leaking water on the trailer. Of course, you can see the top hose is disconnected. I don't know about the bottom, because it was leaking from this side, it looked like. I don't see any water on the axle. It might have just been running out of that tube and collecting. Not really sure. Oh, I bet, well, no, it's not wet right here either. I would say I bet it was this heater hose that's disconnected, but actually it's probably where the heater hose ties into the radiator. I bet that's where it's leaking. So, I mean, that would go somewhere, you know.
Dude.
And there's the data plate. What serial number is this? Body number 105761. Willys Overland Motors, Toledo, Ohio. You know, that seems like a low serial number. I don't know. Whatever. I can look up the serial number. It seems like the 48s and stuff, like it says it is. Like this one here, I think it was in the 500 or the 50,000s, but I don't know. I would think this would make it earlier than that, but who knows. I'll look it up on the CJ-2A page.com, which is where, if anybody's interested in the Willys Jeeps, they should go. If anybody's interested in the history of a lot of different flat fenders, they should go to the CJ-3B page, which I don't remember the address to that one right offhand, but it's really, really good on the history, especially the 3B, which was the high hood version with the F head, which was the overhead valve version of the 4-cylinder, where this is the flathead version. But I mean, it's not rusted. I mean, it's got some rust on it, yes, but it's not got a lot of holes in it, which is a plus. Because my other one is a lot of patch panels, where this one is actually solid. He's put an MB type muffler on the bottom of it here, because he said he didn't feel it was safe to have the muffler running under the gas tank, which is, I hate to tell him, but his exhaust on his new Wrangler comes out under his gas tank, but whatever. Of course, you see there it's got the tags to it, which is kind of neat. It's had the floors replaced, I'm pretty sure. I can see welds and stuff on the floors, but that and the seat's not bolted in like it should be right here, so whatever. But let's see, it's got 5,011.1 miles, I think. Of course, that speedometer's been changed. I think most of these gauges have been changed. Well, the gas gauge hasn't, I don't believe, but yeah, that's a signal stat turn signal module, so it's an original type. He said that the handbrake he had rebuilt, but it didn't work. And the brakes, he said he redid, and they didn't work today. But I'm sure that's probably got a lot to do with it sitting for a year and a half. He's got jump seat pads on the fender wells, on the top of the fender wells there, which is kind of different, but there you can see the electric wiper motor, and the horn button he's got on the side here just is something different, I guess. I guess the center button quit working. So, but yeah, looks like gun racks too. Anyway, that, if you don't mind closing the hood there, Wesley, that is my second, supposedly 1948 Willys Jeep with a great body, but needing engine work, which is the opposite of my green one, which has a really bad body and a really good engine. So if all else fails, I might take the engine out of the green one and put in the blue one, but I really, really don't want to do that. But anyway, that's what you'll probably see on there coming up soon. to be working on and driving around, hopefully soon anyway, probably about a year, but that's what y'all will see. So anyway, Willys is excellent.